Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. Right now, as you're taking this in, you probably feel like you're experiencing the world exactly as it is. You see the light, you hear my voice, and it all feels perfectly objective and, well, real. But I actually want to directly challenge your immediate reality today, because the absolute truth is your brain is actively editing, filtering, and even hiding things from you at this very moment. You aren't seeing raw reality. You're essentially seeing a highly edited draft.
So let's bypass the pleasantries and plunge right into the mystery. What if your brain is hiding reality from you? I know, it sounds like a premise straight out of a sci-fi movie, but this is cold, hard neuroscience. The reality you experience on a daily basis is fundamentally incomplete. Today, we're going to look at the data and explore exactly how and why your own mind is pulling the wool over your eyes.
Section 1. The prediction machine. Predicting before experiencing.
We tend to think of our brains as cameras, right? Passively recording reality and just presenting it to us in real time. But actually, your brain is a high-powered prediction machine. It constantly guesses at reality, literally predicting what you're about to see or hear before you even experience it. Just take a look at the text on screen. It's full of numbers instead of letters, but you can read it perfectly. You can read this because your brain is predicting. Why? Because your brain isn't analyzing every single character like a computer scanner. It looks at the broader context and just automatically fills in the gaps. It does this with incomplete sounds too. Your brain actually knows the end of the sentence before your eyes even finish scanning it.
And this reveals the true kind of surprising chronological order of how your brain operates. Step 1, it predicts what's out there based on your past experiences. Step 2, it experiences the raw sensory data. And Step 3, it corrects its initial assumptions. But, and here's the kicker, it only corrects them if the prediction was wildly wrong. Most of the time, your brain doesn't even bother updating you. You are simply living inside your brain's highly efficient predictions rather than raw reality.
Section 2. Blind by design. Deleting the unnecessary.
So, we go from your brain simply filling things in to your brain actively deleting information. This is driven by something called selective attention. Basically, it's the process of focusing on one specific object while completely ignoring irrelevant information around it. Think about the incredibly famous invisible gorilla experiment. When subjects were asked to focus intently on counting basketball passes, half of them, literally half, entirely missed a person in a full gorilla suit walking right through the middle of the game. That proves just how incredibly blind you could be to the present moment when your brain decides something is quote-unquote irrelevant.
And the discrepancy here is absolutely massive. Every single second, millions of bits of raw sensory input bombard your eyes, your ears, your skin. Yet your conscious reality is vastly, vastly reduced. Your brain simply deletes the vast majority of that incoming data because it just deems it unnecessary for immediate survival. It's aggressively editing out the noise, which means you're missing huge chunks of reality all the time.
Section 3. A controlled hallucination. The mental simulation.
Now this is where the science gets truly mind-bending. Our senses are fundamentally limited. We only perceive a tiny sliver of reality. The outside world literally has no intrinsic color or sound or meaning. It's just electromagnetic waves and vibrating air. Your brain is entirely responsible for translating those physical signals and fabricating the entire spectrum of human experience. That means reality, as you know it, is a mental simulation generated entirely within the dark, silent confines of your skull.
Reality is a controlled hallucination. It's a heavy statement, I know, but it beautifully summarizes the data we've just covered. Your present conscious experience is a fabricated construct, a hallucination. The only difference between what you're experiencing right now and a dream you have at night is that right now, your hallucination is tethered to incoming sensory data. But make no mistake, it is still a hallucination generated from within.
Section 4. The memory rewrite. Altering the past.
So your present reality is simulated and heavily edited. But what about your past? Well, if you think your memories are like a secure video archive that you can just pull from a dusty shelf and play back, you are in for a shock. When an original event occurs, it's stored. But later, when that memory is accessed, details are actually altered. Your brain fills in forgotten gaps with what makes logical sense or with new information you've learned since the event happened. Finally, a new version is saved over the old one. This degradation process means that over time, your brain can easily create completely false memories. The past you remember is essentially an edited draft, exactly like your present.
Section 5. The disturbing truth. The consciousness delay.
Okay, so we know reality is filtered, and it's really only what the brain allows you to notice. It serves you up this processed, summarized version of events. But because processing that sensory input,
matching its predictions and generating a conscious image actually takes physical time, there is a lag. This consciousness delay means you quite literally live in the past. By the time you become consciously aware of an event, it has already happened milliseconds ago. You are never perfectly synced with the present moment. You are always watching a delayed broadcast of reality.
It's an intelligent, highly efficient system that keeps us alive, for sure. But it leaves us with an incredibly unsettling realization. If your brain completely constructs reality, editing out the noise, hallucinating the colors, guessing the outcomes, rewriting the past, and delaying the broadcast, how much of your life have you never truly seen? Let that cognitive dissonance fully sink in as you step back out into your carefully constructed, highly edited mental simulation. Thanks for learning with me on this explainer.